to another exciting episode of the Issues and Voice of the People TV, where we bring you the most important and pressing issues shaping our nation today. I am your host, Jerry Apeliohai, and tonight we'll be diving deep into three major developments hitting the Nigerian polity. Tonight on the issue, power plays, bold promises and economic realities. In Abuja, a political earthquake as Atiku Abubakar, P2P, Nasser El-Rufai, and Rotimi Amechi stand together one coalition, the African Democratic Congress. A new front takes a shape to wrestle power from the ruling APC in 2027. Is this unity a game changer or just another political experiment? Meanwhile, P2B makes a rare move promising a single 4-year term if elected president. A one-tenure pledge rooted in integrity focused on impact. Can Nigerians trust this model of sacrifice over staying power? And from the economy, the Manufacturers Association's boss says it's time to sell the refineries. War on waste or a battle for control. Segun Ajayi Kadiri calls the Warri, Port Harcourt and Kaduna plants a drain on the nation. But who will buy and who will benefit? Three stories, one future, coalition's commitment, and the cost of inaction. This is the issues where truth is never off the record. Stay with us. After this short break, we'll dig deeper into these topics and more. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, has undergone a sweeping leadership overhaul following its formal adoption as the official political platform for Nigeria's opposition coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections. The entire national executive of the ADC resigned today during a high-level meeting at the Shehu Musa Yaradua Center in Abuja, which brought together leading political figures including Atiku Abubakar, P2B, Nasser El-Rufai, and Rotimi Amechi. Former ADC National Chairman Ralph Wonsu confirmed the resignations and announced that former Senate President David Mark has been appointed as interim national chairman, while ex-Interior Minister Ralph Aregbesola will serve as interim national secretary. Wonsu stated that the decision was made in the national interest to enable a unified opposition front capable of challenging the ruling All Progressive Congress APC in the upcoming 2027 elections. The coalition's unveiling drew a wide array of political figures from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Labour Party, and Social Democratic Party, and others, including Senator Dino Melaye, Dele Momodu, Solomon Dalong, Senator Ireti Kingibe, Emeka Ihedioha, and retired Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar. However, the move has not gone unchallenged. An opposing faction within the ADC, led by spokesperson Musa Issa Matara, has rejected the coalition takeover, criticizing it as an undemocratic decision made without consulting state party structures and grassroots members. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by an esteemed guest. Here in the studio, we have Dr. Peter Anosike. Dr. Anosike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. Great to have you join us on the issues.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I can see. Definitely all your predictions are beginning to fall in place, but it looks like everything is looking like back to back. Let's look at the situation. If this coalition fails to unseat the APC in 2027, what's the real risk that democracy weakens or that opposition politics loses all credibility with the Nigerian youth?
Well, it's only God that knows tomorrow. The most important thing is that it is only a coalition that can defeat APC. Understand me? And the APC used a coalition to also defeat or the PDP in 2025. So
2015, yeah.
2015. So they say what goes round comes round. So that's what we are witnessing. And this is not the only country where this has happened. In a lot of other countries where incumbents were defeated, it was through a coalition. So that's what, and that's why I feel that this coalition coming on board with the people that have indicated interest now, like Mandami, that the former that's a Minister of
Justice under Buhari's government,
who is a Buhari's boy,
loyalist, yeah.
Erufai, Babachir, understand me, that, and so on and so forth. So we are seeing a strong opposition. So if they are able to unite, right now the political equation in the country is already changing. I know that APC will not admit it, but they are scared. APC is scared. Even if I'm in APC, seeing these names, I will be scared. Because this is a kind of a union of the South, Southeast, and the North. A union of South, Southeast, and the North, with the people with Rotimi, that's Amechi, that's me, and Peter Obi, then Atiku Abubakar, Mandami from Kebbi State, Erufai, who is a strong man in the North. So we are seeing CPC joining this coalition. I've been saying that if Atiku want to run, that he should leave PDP. If Peter Obi wants to run, he will leave PDP, he will leave Labour Party. I've been saying it right from time. Because the word I used was that PDP is a broken down vehicle which will not be repaired. Now Wike will not see anybody again to muzzle in PDP. So he has been rendered impotent. Understand me? Which is a very good strategy. Then Junior Sabure has also been rendered impotent. So now we are looking at two strong forces. That's APC, ADC. APC, ADC. Understand? And as I said, Tinubu have been using that AA to be deceiving all the country all this while. Understand? Because all the parties that he had been in had been AA, understand me? AD, AC, ACN, APC. Understand? Because these parties are always on the top of the
ballot papers.
So it is easy to identify. So we have now seen a major party that will now come before AP, because AD will come before AP. So it's a strategic move, and I'm excited, very, very excited.
What happened to the ADA? Because it is like they tried to register the ADA, and all of a sudden today we're hearing about ADC. What happened? Is it that INEC refused to register ADA and they decided to move to the ADC? Because when Erufai left the APC, he joined the SDP. And we know that Peter Obi was still saying he was still part of the Labour Party some weeks ago. But now, everybody's waiting for ADA. All of a sudden, they are talking about ADC.
This is a game. This is a game. I told you that in politics, you don't show all your cards. Understand me? You don't show all your cards. So when they were talking about ADA, some people quickly go and get another ADA. and also submitted. Understand? So to create a confusion. So then when El-Rufai joined the SDP, they begin that to cause crisis in SDP. So this is politics. It is a game. You don't let your opponents know where you are going to. Understand me? You don't let your opponents know where you are going to, because people cannot attack what they don't know. So the only thing, the two things there is secrecy and silence. And in politics, silence is more important than noise.
Let's talk about the masterstroke of having David Mag as the interim national chairman and Rauf Aregbesola as the national secretary on the interim. What do you make of these two characters? What will he bring to the party? David Mag was a long-term serving senator and, of course, Senate president.
Four-time
senator.
Yes.
And, of course, one-time Senate president. And if you take a look at it, he's a very active member of the PDP, leaving the PDP to join this coalition. And Rauf Aregbesola was an active member of the APC under the government of Buhari, served as a minister. And, of course, he was also a two-time governor in Osun State. What are the importance of these two figures holding very, very interesting positions in this coalition?
Well, if there's anybody who knows Tinubu very well, it is Aregbesola. If there's somebody who knows Tinubu very, very well, it is Aregbesola, because in 1999, Tinubu made Aregbesola his commissioner for works. And in 2003, Aregbesola left to Osun State to go there to contest governorship. Tinubu did not appoint a replacement for 3 years. He was waiting for Aregbesola to see whether he will win or not. Then Ganiyu Johnson was not acting as
Commissioner for what?
Just SA, Minister of Works.
Yes.
So for a whole 4 years, Lagos State did not have a commissioner for work, because Tinubu was waiting to know whether Aregbesola will win or not, because his case went to court, up to the Supreme Court. So it was when he was declared winner in the Supreme Court that Tinubu now appointed Ganiyu Johnson as a substantial commissioner for works. So this shows you the closeness of Tinubu and Aregbesola. Understand me?
Yes.
Tinubu financed his governorship. And when APC was formed and they won the election, Tinubu ensured that he got an appointment as the minister. So this shows you how close they are.
Well, is this not the act of betrayal on part of Rauf Aregbesola? Where did their relationship go that bad that he is now fronting an opposition in a coalition party?
So, well, I don't know what happened. It's not everything that you discuss on the pages of the newspaper.
Okay.
It's not everything that you discuss on the pages of the newspaper. So I am telling you that talking about strategy, understand me, talking whatever. Aregbesola had a lot of story to tell about Tinubu, which is very, very important. Because he knows Tinubu through and through. And for David Mark that has been in the army for a very long time, served as a minister for communication and so on and so forth, become a 4-time Senate president. So he has a lot of influence. Understand me? So bringing him on board as an acting national chairman is also a good one. Then when you now check, and again, he's from Benue. His former governor, Suswan, was also at the meeting. So you know that this is not a small boy's game. That means, so this is not a, so it is getting interesting, it's getting exciting. So we now have two strong political forces.
Okay.
And I'm sure that a lot of people who they come to APC will by now be asking themselves, wasn't this a hasty decision?
Okay.
Understand me? They will now be asking themselves, was this not a hasty decision? And as I told you before the beginning of this program, over 50%, the kind of massive defection you are going to see in APC will shock everybody because the North is uniting.
Okay. We are not still seeing this as a northern coalition, but can we trust any coalition that doesn't have a clear economic or security blueprint on day one? Or is this just another elite?
Does APC have on day one?
Should they make the same mistake? Or is this just another elite negotiation table with no seat for ordinary Nigerians? Because these are just political heavyweights. What about the unknown faces? What about the ones who are to come after?
A lot of us are excited and a lot of us are happy. Understand me? The base is already bubbling. Understand? Because we need a strong coalition that will challenge Tinubu in 2027. Understand me? So a lot of us are happy because APC must know. Look, the importance of a strong coalition, apart from winning the election, it helps to keep a government on their toes. Now, where is Tinubu as we speak? Imagine the deaths being recorded in the country on a daily basis, and Tinubu is somewhere in a so-called country that is not up to a local government in Lagos State. Understand me? Because where he went to, there are not more than 120,000 people. Understand? Why? Understand? Where people are dying in Nigeria on a daily basis. And the reason is because he felt that whatever happens, he can still win. The reason being that there's no stronger position. But once there's a stronger position, the incumbent, the power in power will be forced to work for the people. They will be forced to work for the people. So that is one of the importance of having a strong opposition. And another reason, when there's a strong opposition, it kills a voter apathy. Understand me? Because if they have gone the way they went in 2023, Peter will be on his own, Atiku on his own, understand me, it will be difficult to unseat Tinubu. And I don't know if you read what NNPP said today, that Kwankwaso is going nowhere. Understand me? So, and Ganduje is already angry with the humiliation. So it is looking brighter.
All right, it's looking brighter. And why should voters believe in this coalition? Talking about the moral compass. Because taking a look at the people who are forming the coalition, when it includes political figures who once served and failed under the same establishment they are now opposing.
Or your question is, why should voters trust this coalition?
This coalition,
then
yes.
If they don't want to trust this coalition, let them continue on APC and continue suffering, period.
Okay, so there are only two options.
Let them continue with APC and continue suffering. This is not the time to beg anybody. This is not the time. You either change or you continue with your suffering.
So are we saying that these are going to be the only two options? Either APC or this coalition? Are there not going to be a situation where Nigerians will also be given a third choice? Are we just going to be left with two? I don't know.
From who? Who are the candidates of the third choice? Is it Showore?
Okay.
I can show you a message that Showore sent to me this afternoon, why he will not want to join the coalition.
Hey, that's headline.
Understand?
That's a headline news. Why would he not want to join the coalition if it's a strong force that will unseat or take power or grab power from the APC?
So he gave his reasons. I have not replied on his message, and I don't have any intention of replying it.
Okay.
Because I have said it on this program, it is better to be a member of a winning team than the captain of a losing team. So Showore want to remain the captain of a losing team. Okay. Because in 2027, AAC will not get up to 200,000 votes. So why are you there? Understand? Must you be every day a presidential candidate that cannot that cannot be competitive in an election? So it doesn't make sense.
Okay, it's not just opposition that dictates to personality politics, because now we are seeing Obi, Atiku, Erufai, etc. at the expense of building lasting political institutions that will survive beyond 2027.
The issue is this: Nigeria is going on a wrong direction.
Okay.
So Nigeria needs to be brought back to its senses, because what we are practicing now is not a democracy. What we are practicing now is autocracy. I read a report in the morning. I don't know if you see it, about the FDIs in 2024. Okay. That's a foreign direct investment.
Yes.
Kenya got $46 billion as a foreign direct investment in 2024. Nigeria got only $1 billion. All the things that Tinubu is running about
is a solution.
Understand me? Nigeria got only $1 billion. Kenya got $46 billion. And on the list of FDI in Africa, Nigeria was rated 19. While Tinubu has traveled more than any other president in Africa. Even when you check the funding of aircraft, hotel accommodation, understand, we lost more money than we gained. And I know, I have been saying on this program that no good investor will come and invest in Nigeria. It is only the Indians and the Chinese. That's the only people that come, and these are crooked businessmen. They don't pay tax. They don't pay good wages. They know how to manipulate all the system. So it is only them, because they don't have a good book in their businesses. So they can operate in Nigeria, they can bribe people. No American company will give you a bribe in Nigeria. No British company will give you a bribe in Nigeria. So it is only Chinese businessmen who give who operate in a crooked way. Nepalese businessmen, Indian businessmen that can invest in this country. Imagine Nigeria answering a giant of Africa, getting $1 billion as foreign direct investment, and Kenya getting $46 billion. And you feel that Nigeria will remain this way. So, for me, before I invest in a company, I will check who is behind this company. Who is behind? Is it a credible person? If Peter Obi is the president, being a credible person, being a man with character, investors will be coming because they trust him. So these are the things that you check before investing in any company in any country. Here, our judiciary, we don't have a justice system. So even if something happened to your business, you cannot get justice in the court. why must you go and invest in such a country?
Let's take a look at this coalition. And we all know what happened when Jonathan was preparing for the next election, how a lot of PDP members were decamping and joining the coalition as a then. And of course, they say the rest is history. How are we sure that those who will be joining this coalition are not going to be those who will be working for the ruling party to destroy the chances of this a new coalition party? How do you sieve the wheat out of the chaff out of the wheat of those who will be joining the coalition?
No, you cannot. They themselves know that most will be coming. Understand me? Even Jesus, as a superpower, cannot remove Judas among the 12. Understand me? So they themselves know that most will be coming. Understand me? So, and they will also be sending their own most to APC. So this is the way it works. But when you read what Abubakar Mandami wrote, and I know that is going to be their sermon in the north. Understand me? One, that banditry has become, that life is no more secure. Hunger, understand me? Terrorism, and so on and so forth. So this is what they are going to be preaching in the north. Understand me? Then in the south is anywhere P2B is, that's where we will be.
Okay.
Understand me? Anywhere P2B is, that's where we will be, because we follow good people. We follow people with character. We don't follow people that we are not sure of, like Rochas Okrocha, Ojos Okando, and others. We are following P2B because of his character, who he is. His transparency, his being prudent, being humble, being compassionate.
Yes.
Understand me? So it is when the north and the southeast join forces, election is over.
All right. Okay. And but if you take a look at it, would the North vote if Peter Obi happens to be the flag bearer of the new coalition? Talking about the ADC.
The issue is this: if one, Peter Obi has said that he will go for just one term. Okay. Understand? Which means to complete the 8 years that's of the South. And what I read is that El Rufai and Atiku said that they are reviewing that proposal, whether it will work or not. Understand me? So, if P2B is to emerge as a candidate, it's for them to support him and mobilize for him. The North are not like the South, especially the Southeast. It is easy to control the North than the Southeast. Okay. Understand me? It is easy to control. If you are a student of politics in Nigeria, you know the voting in the North takes a religious pattern. The Ondamas direct them on who to vote for. Understand me? But in the Southeast, no bishop, no pastor can direct you on who to vote for. So it is easy, understand, to control votes in the North than in the South and the Southeast.
Okay, talking about the Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate has formally presented a single tenure proposal to the opposition coalition, signaling his commitment to serve only one 4-year term if elected president in 2027. This proposal, according to Dr. Yunus Santanko of the Obedient Movement, has been submitted for coalition review. and reflect Obi's belief that 4 years is sufficient to deliver transformational leadership. Tanko emphasized that Obi's decision is rooted in integrity and confidence in his preparedness, citing goals like restoring Nigeria's export capacity and stabilizing electricity. He added that Obi's leadership style is focused on efficiency and transparency, making the single-term promise both strategic and symbolic. Obi had recently confirmed his intention to run at the 2027 election during a live session on X Spaces, reiterating his willingness to serve only one term. Supporters believe the move could build trust across party lines and offer a fresh model of leadership centered on measurable impact rather than prolonged tenure. Dr. Anosike, is Obi's single-term promise a bold reform or a political stunt?
Well, we used to say it is not how long but how well. It is not how long but how well. The truth is that the decay in the economy is massive. Buhari destroyed the economy and Tinubu continued with the destruction. When you check that's the debt that the country is in, the state of infrastructure, understand me, and so on and so forth, you know that Nigeria has decayed. So ordinarily, it is not what somebody can do in a single term. But government is a continuum. Government is a continuum. Nobody can finish everything. It's where you stop, another person will continue. Most important thing is to lay a solid foundation. In 2022, Peter Obi went to Egypt to study how they are generating their electricity.
Yes, definitely he did that.
Understand me?
Yes.
So if we can get now a country of over 220 million people are battling with 4,500 megawatts. Understand me?
Yes.
A country of over 220 million people are battling with just 4,500 megawatts. Ordinarily, in the electricity sector, there's what we call a peak period and the ordinary period. Peak period is always from 6 to 9 in the morning and then 6 to 9 in the evening. So Lagos State, and because I have studied this, understand me, I have studied this. Lagos State needs 2,500 megawatts in ordinary time. But in peak period, they need 2,700. And right now, we have 4,500 for the whole country. So just remove 2,700 from 4,500. How many remains for the whole country? So this is the reason why we are having epileptic power supply in the country. Because South Africa, with a population of about 60 million people, has about 50,000 megawatts. South Africa. The same thing with Algeria, the same thing with Tunisia, and Morocco is going that way. So if a P2B can get Nigeria to 20,000 megawatts in a year, businesses will begin to spring up. Businesses will begin to spring up. Because what is killing business is high cost of energy. That's why companies like Michelin, Dunlop, and others are quitting this country because of high cost of energy. If you can get to 20,000 megawatts, businesses will begin to spring up. And when businesses begin to spring up, our economic power, our purchasing power will begin to go up. Understand me?
Yes.
So even if he can do that just in the whole of 4 years, he had done very, very well. Even if bringing up our electricity to 20,000 megawatts that he did in 4 years. He had done extremely well. So whoever is coming again will now continue on the other infrastructure. So all we need is to curb insecurity and increase our power supply. Nigeria will be on the pedestal for development.
Is it not out of desperation for him to have submitted a proposal to say that I'm going to run for 4 terms? This is what I want. This is not. Is it not throwing this? What if the coalition may have been planning that he was going to run, whether he's going to run 1 term or not? Is it not preempting any decision that is going to be taken?
No. He doesn't want to rock the gentleman agreement of power shifting between the north and the south. You know, by 2027, Tinubu will have done 4 years. Understand? So if it will be want to run 8 years, he's going to take 4 years from the north. So the idea is that let me complete the tenure of the south and hand over to the north. And that's a gentleman.
But would that not put him in a situation where we will have to making rush decisions in the bid to perform within the short period of time of 4 years? Would that not make him to ignore institutional continuity in terms of making sure that whatever he's going to build will stand the test of time?
I have told you, even if he comes and focus on electricity and get it up to 20,000 megawatts in 4 years, he had done very, very well. Understand me? He had done very, very well. So when another person comes and the person will focus on a different thing. So that's how governance is done. You cannot be here. We have jacks of all trade and masters of none. If you say, I'm coming to focus on electricity, understand me? And my projection is to take it to 20,000 megawatts in 2031. Now, you have seen his direction, you have seen his focus.
Okay.
Understand me? So, when we get electricity and reduce insecurity, farmers will go to the farm. Businesses will begin to spring up. Nigeria will be on the path of progress. And again, when you are going now, why Tinubu, why what's his name, Buhari failed, is that they don't even have an idea what they are coming to do in office. If you want to contest an election today, you have to sit back. What are the problems in this office that I want to contest? Understand me? What values am I supposed to add? What are the problems am I supposed to solve? So as you are going in, you already have at the back of your mind what you are going to do. Understand me? You have at the back of your mind, this is what I'm going to do. My priority is electricity. My priority is to reduce insecurity. My priority is to make Nigeria a producing nation, which electricity would bring about.
Okay, if 4 years is enough for Obi, what does that say about every previous president who claimed they needed 8 years?
100 years is not even enough.
Okay. If he proves, make a point with a 1 term of 4 years, what does that say about past presidents who have always said they need 8 years to fulfill one project or the other? Would that not put pressure on the next president to come?
It is the Constitution that said 8 years because we borrowed it from the United States. At United States, it is 8 years.
Yes.
Understand me? So, Obasanjo did not say I need 8 years. So it is the Constitution that made it 8 years.
Okay.
Understand me? So, but what you cannot achieve in 4 years, you cannot achieve it in 8 years. And that's what government is spending.
Okay, like what Buhari did. He said the first 4 years was a lesson, and I'm going to do better.
He's a poor student, right from his primary and secondary schools. He has been a very poor student.
What about Tinubu now? He's saying that it's short-term pain. The gains are going to come, and of course, we're going to be hearing that in during the manifestos for the 2027. Okay, let's wait in next 4 years. Don't worry, what we suffered in the first 4 years, we are going to enjoy the benefits in the next remaining 4 years.
It is a shame that a candidate will be running on solving all the problem that he caused. Understand me? It is a shame that a candidate will be running on the promise of fixing the problem that he and his party caused. Because that's what he's going to do. Fixing the problem that he and his party caused. Understand me? And it will be stupidity on anybody to vote for such a candidate.
If Obi loses in 2027, does this one-term promise become the gold standard for future candidates? Or will it be seen as a one-time gimmick that went nowhere?
It is to be that says so. Other candidates did not say so. You judge people from what they say.
From their actions.
That from what they say. Yes.
Okay, so maybe other candidates in the party who might eventually be interested might not be in the situation.
Yes, the issue, Peter Obi said, I'm going to do one term. Understand? So the other candidates have not said how many terms they would do. But what you cannot do in 4 years, you cannot do it in 16 years. Understand me? And even before, I have told people from 8 months, any government should begin to manifest his vision from just 8 months. Understand me? Assuming you came there prepared, that if you have studied the system, what are the challenges of this office that I am going to? Understand? What problems am I expected to solve in this office? So before running for the nation, you already know what you are going to do in that office.
You will not be caught on
Understand me? So that's why P2B had to go to Egypt. Nigeria has a problem of electricity. Let me go and study how this is done in another country. So assuming that P2B was declared winner in 2023, understand me, he has known how to handle the problem of electricity in the country. Understand me?
Okay. Let's go back to this one before we wrap it up because of time. The Director General of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Man Segun Ajayi Kadiri, has called on the federal government to sell off all state-owned refineries, including those in Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna, describing them as financial burden. He argued that privatizing these assets would reduce corruption, boost accountability, and ensure efficient operations through private sector management. I know recently, not too far, they all advertise and of course let the whole world know that the refineries are now working. But now that it looks like they're saying sell off these refineries, a lot of money has been spent on. Nobody's even saying anything. Nobody's asking the government what's happening to these refineries. Are they not supposed to make life easy for Nigeria?
Mind you, I never believed that the refineries are working.
Yes, I know that correctly.
I said that these people could import fuel and go and store it in Port Harcourt or refinery and say that it is working, because I never believed that it is working. So for the Ajayi that is calling for the sale of the refinery, one, government is not a good manager of business.
Okay. Government
is not a good manager of business. Now, Nikon Hilton, everybody is talking about Nikon Hilton. When it was under the government, we know what was going on. Today, all the senators, all the House of Reps members, all the ministers, where they are going now is Nikon Hilton, because it has been privatized and it's running efficiently. In 2006, Obasanjo sold the Port Harcourt refinery to Dangote. 2006. NLC protested. Umaru Musa Yar'Adua reversed the sale. Understand me? So Obasanjo saw this thing that this Ajayi is saying now in 2006, and it was even Okonjo Iweala that advised that this should be done, and he did it. So it was NLC that protested and forced Yar'Adua that made Yar'Adua to reverse it. So assuming that that it was privatized then, by now we would not have been having this problem. Understand me? Of wealth, who have gone very, very far. So government is not a good manager of business. If Port Harcourt or refinery is privatized, and the private sector people will begin that to work on it, I feel it will be better, because you see what many Kiari posted, that in 2022 they used over 200 billion in wages, over 250 billion in maintenance. Understand me?
Okay.
And that is because it is government money. We don't even have an idea of the workforce of NNPC. That they are using 200 billion as as. So it is happening because it is government property, and government property is nobody's property.
All right, we are pressed for time. I want to say big thanks, Dr. Anosike, for being awesome on the show. Though flying solo, I must say you've done excellently well.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
I know what's on your mind, but we'll not let that out of the bag. But tonight, Nigeria stands at a crossroads. A coalition takes shape. A candidate makes a sacrifice. A nation questions its priorities. Will the opposition's unity hold? Can a one-term promise spark real change? And who will finally clean up the economic mess of Nigeria's failing refineries? The conversation doesn't end here. It starts now. I am Jerry Apeliohai, and this has been the Issues on Voice of the People TV, where the future faces forward. Thank you for being a part of the issue.